Hola a todos, bienvenidos. Welcome to Virtual Open House Night. My name is Profe Bianca Maentanis, and this is the video of your student's Spanish 2 Excel or Spanish 2 prep class. A little bit about me. My husband and I have one son named Nicholas Jr. He is 1.5 years old. I graduated from Eastern Illinois University in 2013 with a bachelor's degree in Spanish and a minor in secondary education. In the summer of 2012, I studied abroad to Malaga, Spain, where I attended Malaga Instituto. This year, I graduated with my master's degree in curriculum and instruction, and in my free time, I love to play golf. This is my 7th year at Lyons Township High School. I started in March 2014. This year, I am teaching Spanish 2 Excel and Spanish 2 Prep. In addition to teaching, I am also part of the Social Emotional Professional Learning team. In Spanish class, during this course, I am fully dedicated to providing an authentic Spanish class environment for your student. Your student will participate in daily activities circulating around the 3 modes of communication, which is presentational, interpersonal, and interpretive. And these activities will mirror your student's performance-based assessments. In this course, your student will continue to build their vocabulary, grammar, and cultural knowledge. With their growth, it is highly encouraged that the student communicates as much as possible in the target language. It is really fun teaching a lower level Spanish class because the growth that I see in the students is exponential, and it's very exciting to see and hear them communicate in the target language. Virtual Spanish class. Students are expected to log on at least 5 minutes before scheduled class time each time we meet. It is an expectation to have their video on. They are provided with many troubleshooting routes to return to class should they get disconnected from Zoom. If a student cannot get into Zoom from the start, there are procedures set in place, and the first step is to email Profe Maentanis immediately. The material they need is the Authentic textbook and workbook. They need to be logged in and have pulled up on their device their LT D204 Google Drive, their Spanish folders specifically, and the Spanish course Canvas page. Students are expected to abide by and honor our Spanish class Zoom community class norms and expectations at all times. If your students are having consistent issues with technology, being able to attend and remain on Zoom, audio or visual on Zoom, they need to contact LTHS Technology Services as soon as possible. This is our Spanish Google Classroom. Each chapter will be updated with the chapter's objectives. Our first chapter is titled Para Empezar. It is a review chapter, and these are our learning outcomes. Along with their learning outcomes, they have access to resources like our course syllabus, our expectations, our Zoom norm expectations, resources like Quizlet and Conjuguemos, as well as vocabulary for synchronous learning sessions in Spanish, and access to the online textbook, which they will be registered to shortly. I do expect your students to be organized in Spanish class. Since they're using their LT D204 Google Drive, they will use that to store their Spanish materials in their Spanish class dedicated folder. Okay, so in their Spanish class folders, they have included anything that's posted on Canvas that's a Google Doc or Google Slides and that we're using in class or that is assigned from homework. And then every unit will have its own Google Drive folder within the Spanish class folder. So for example, Spanish 2, our first chapter is titled Para Empezar, and then they can title the document Vocabulary. Grading in Spanish class. Your student's Infinite Campus grade is solely made up of summative assessments, the performance-based assessments. Within Infinite Campus, their summative assessments are broken down into 3 categories, which are titled Interpersonal, which is 34%, Presentational, which is 33%, and Interpretive, which is 33%. Formative assessments will be shown, but are not calculated in their Infinite Campus grade. Okay, they're just put there so that you can see your students' progress throughout the entirety of the semester. No extra credit will be given in this class, and I highly prioritize academic honesty, meaning no use of translators like Google Translate. Please remember that you always have access to your students' Infinite Campus. You can find updated grades on your students' Spanish performance. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to email me at any time. I'm happy to help and answer any questions. I just want to focus a second on the Canvas grade. The Canvas grade that you see is not the most accurate grade because it calculates your students' formative assessments as well. The Infinite Campus grade is the most accurate grade. Student engagement is a high priority during our virtual learning sessions. Students are expected to participate in all activities during synchronous and asynchronous learning. My goal for a synchronous learning session is to mimic the classroom setting as much as possible. So we spend a lot of time trying to get to know each other, even with the barrier of being virtual. Students are working with partners in small groups frequently. For this reason, that is why I request to have their videos turned on, so it's a more personal environment, and I also want to see them speaking the target language. To furthermore accommodate remote learning, we are engaging with Canvas and Google, along with many new technology resources. Integrating programs like Edpuzzle, Flipgrid, and Pear Deck into our sessions to further engage your student with their learning. The best way to communicate with me is via email. I am available via email from 7:45 to 3:05. If your student needs additional help, they just want to touch base and chat, I highly encourage them to sign up for a Vita Plena time. My Vita Plena availability is 7:45 to 8:45 in the morning, and then after school, which is 2:50 to 3:05. Again, I highly encourage your student to sign up. And I just wanted to take a moment to extend my gratitude. Muchas gracias. I appreciate all that you're doing for your students in the home front. And I know that together we will make this situation the best that it can be. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your night.